putting their hearts on the line here.
Phil, we hear talk so much about football over Brother Rice, but what are some of the other sports teams that deserve attention?
Yeah, we've got some great other sports, as you referred to them. You know, our water polo team is unprecedented with the number of state championships they've won through the years. Our rugby program has won multiple national championships and state championships. And some of our, volleyball is top of the line. They're downstate almost every year. Bass fishing has been downstate too. I could go on and on and on, but we're so proud of all of our athletes, not just the ones that show up on TV on a Friday night, but all of our athletes are really something special.
All right, Phil, I'll let you get back to this ball game. Jim, let's go back up to you.
All right, Kenny, thank you. On 1st down and 10 from the Brother Rice 43, Hunterford calls his own number. He'll pick up about 4 yards to bring up 2nd down and 6. So we got a tie game. The winner clinches at least a share of the Catholic League Blue title. Brother Rice would have a chance to still win it outright. Marcus Sovic goes in motion to Boykin's side of the field. Long count by Hunterford. Looks right, fires, has a man wide open. Matt McNabb, all the way down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, earlier we talked about all the threats that he had all over the field besides Boykin and Viboda. We said there's other receivers that are very, very good high school receivers, and that's one of them right there. Matt McNabb came into the game with 5 catches for 46 yards, but there he's wide open because they're not looking for him, they're looking for Boykin.
He replaced Beller and right away gets a catch. 1st down and goal. Looking for Boykin, and he pulls the ball away from the front of Jones, tries to flip it over to make the catch, and ran out of room. Good coverage by Jones, almost a spectacular play by Boykin.
Well, that's what they're going to do down here. They just like to throw the fade route up to the big guys and let them go as athletes, just make them jump or get an interference call.
5'8" versus 6'4". 2nd down and goal. Hunterford goes the other way. Corner of the end zone, incomplete. McNabb was over there. Looked like he had a line on it. Brian Boyd with the coverage.
It's amazing how Hunterford can put the ball on the money like that. Now, right there shows you why he only has 1 interception in these 7 games with over 190 throws, because he puts it in a position where if they don't catch it, it's not going to be intercepted.
Hunterford will be under center on 3rd down and goal. Boykin out to the left, and it looks like he's singled. This should be automatic. Hunterford rolls that way. Boykin, incomplete. What a defensive play by Marcus Jones. Hey, he'll take him one-on-one, I guess, huh?
Maybe Marcus Jones is going to be a defensive back at Northern Illinois, but in either case, they got a great athlete. You can see right here what pressure having a quarterback like this, but thrown to a 6'4" receiver. But what a defensive play right there by Marcus Jones. What a great matchup by Coach Batke, saying, look, we're going to put our best on your best, and let's see where chips fall.
Hunterford missed a field goal earlier, but it was a long one. Now a shorter kick of 27 yards. He'll try it again.
And we were stunned at how far he kicked it the last time.
Nate Griffin is the holder. That is veering left, and it is good. Providence back out on top after a field goal by Mr. Everything.
Besides that, I was just going to say,
homecoming court, baseball champion. And according to his mom, he's very nice to his mom.
That's always a big plus. Well, it's amazing what he has done here at Providence. Of course, we knew about him last year, but see, last year they had a running game. They had Dominic Lagone, who had about 1,900 yards rushing, and they were really more of a running team. That was the big thing they did, but they had the balance of throwing the football, which he did for 1,800 yards, with a running back that also had 1,800 yards rushing. So had great balance last year. He threw for 20 touchdowns. This year, obviously, they're more into the the pass game than they are the run game, and are very obviously very effective with it.
Now, Jack, when you're down in Florida in the winter and I'm doing basketball here in the freezing cold, one of the things I always notice is if a team in basketball has to make up a big deficit, they expend so much energy catching up that when they catch up, it's hard for them to get over the top. And let's see if that happens to Brother Rice.
Well, and the other part of that, which is a good point, is that Providence could be reeling, saying, look, we're on our heels from a team that we had down at halftime 28-7, and maybe psychologically Providence is kind of reeling a little bit. Not so much physically, but mentally.
Smalling and Brendan Houston are deep to receive this kick. And it will be a kick into the wind.
Oh.
And they try a little pop fly onside kick that is caught by Kevin Furlong at the Brother Rice 46-yard line. Great field position for Brother Rice. And remember, Pekowski, their kicker, is going with the wind here in the fourth quarter.
I'm a little surprised at that. I know they've done that each time, but I would rather pooch it through the middle, let it bounce around on the turf, and hope that we have good coverage before Marcus Jones can handle it. But giving them great field position, and they've been moving the ball so well that we'll see what they can do with it.
Zach Hayes is out wide to the left. Julian Blaine was in the slot left. He goes in motion. This is a pass. Blaine doesn't have anybody open. Trying now not to take a sack, and he'll be sacked for a 4-yard loss. And one of the Providence defenders, Brendan O'Hara, starting linebacker, a little slow to get up.
That was an excellent job by the defensive back. He didn't fall for that one bit. In most cases, the defensive back will fall for that come up, and the receiver will be wide open. But that's why the play would turn into a sack, because the defensive back stayed with the receiver the entire time.
Second down and 13. 3 receivers out to the left. Smalling is the lone receiver out to the right.
And he's the big threat. And they're giving him a big cushion, but they're also sliding the linebacker out there to kind of jam him a little bit early.
Yeah, they've got him kind of doubled up. Now they'll bring the linebacker inside. It goes back outside. They'll try the other side. Jack Desmond, nothing there. Got about a yard before he was brought down by Zach Pitch.
Not a very good job by the other wide receiver there, blocking the corner from coming up. And that's something the coaches will be talking to him about. He gets the ball out here to the side they wanted to get it to, but you can see not a very good job there of blocking. Defensive back comes right up and makes the play. Excellent open field tackling.
Third down and 13 from the Brother Rice 43. Providence showing blitz. Marcus Jones forgot the snap count, and it's going to be third down and 18.
And he's out there tap dancing.
Good ball foul. Ball start. On the offense, number 1. Still third down.
Pretty awful feeling when you're the only guy moving.
He's out there tapping because he was out there too fast, and so but still he's looking into the ball. He kind of reminded me of a alumni from Brother Rice, Michael Flatley, class of '77, who was the Irish dancer, created the Lord of the Dance and River Dance, one of my favorites, and that looked like Marcus Jones out there, kind of doing a little river dance.
That was broadcasting, my friend. That was outstanding the way you worked that in.
Thank you very much.
Third down and 18. Alarcon has time. Providence covering everybody deep. Man open. Smalling looked like he got kind of caught in the turf as he tried to work his way back to the football. Couldn't quite get there. Pell on the coverage. Incomplete. Brother Rice will punt it away with 8:53 left.
That was a big stop right there by Providence. I think in the situation here, Providence realizes that they have got to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, because anytime that he's been able to sit back there, he's been able to get the ball down the field to Ricky Smalley or Marcus Jones. And so they're trying to give him different looks to throw off the reads, and that's why they've been jumping around quite a bit when you see them in their different formations.
Catch the ball is the most important thing for Michael Medea right now. Don't let it hit, and make sure you get possession.
Not a real
Short
good
kick. And it will roll, and Providence is okay with this, because now possession is the most important thing, and they'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
Well, the way this game has been going back and forth, big plays on both sides of the field, and both teams have players that are capable of making the big play anytime they touch the football. In many cases, you'll find, somebody just maybe has one big play person, but here, each team has 2 or 3. And in Providence's case, they have about 4 or 5.
8:41 on the clock. Hunnifer steps up in the pocket, drops it out. Marcus Sovic, who came out of the backfield, or check that, that's Warfield that came out of the backfield. He'll have a first down up at the Providence 42.
Good formation. They put trips 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. He looked that way, people slid that way, and then Warfield came out of the backfield as he's been doing all season. He has over 20-some catches this year, and that's very good for a high school back. And of course, he's only a sophomore.
Here is where Hunniford is very good. He can really run time off the clock. He does not panic. Flushed out of the pocket, makes a couple of nice moves, cannot get away. He'll actually lose a couple of yards on that play before he's brought down by Manny Bravo.
That's one of the reasons right there, Jim, why he only has 1 interception throughout these games, is because he's smart enough to pull the ball down and realize he's not going to force the ball over the middle. They had good contain on the pass rush there, kept him inside. You don't want to throw the ball over the middle and have it deflected with a safety. That's the worst place you could throw it. So he's smart enough to take the sack, and now they're looking at 2nd and 12.
Hunniford under center, play fake, stops, fires, and got it to Boykin in midfield. Another first down for Providence. Boykin tried to fight his way to get away, ended up going to the 46-yard line before Jordan Boyd finally brought him to the turf. Providence on the move, under 8 minutes to go.
I really like the routes where they have Boykin dragging across the field, because it's very difficult for a corner, if you're playing man coverage, to stay with him. And if you're playing zone, he's big enough and smart enough to get into those soft areas between the linebackers and the safeties and settle down. And of course, Hunniford will deliver the football on a dime.
Hunniford appears to be making some sort of change, either in the blocking or in the play.
Sees man coverage down here, single safety. There it is.
Threw it to Vovoda. Vovoda had broken off the route.
Little miscommunication right there, but initially that's when we made the comment. He had single coverage down here, the safety wasn't over here. Anytime he sees that safety in the middle of the field, he's going to go on the outside on those fade routes and try and get the ball to those 2 big bookend receivers at 6'4".
2nd down and 10.
Now they have avoided right now at a true tight end position.
They lined him up there earlier and threw it to him on a drag route. Read option, Warfield, and he'll lose a couple of yards. He's taken down by Woods, among others.
Good job by that front of Brother Rice has been really doing a nice job against the run of Providence. McGinley, Fry, Woods, Furlong, that front, and King, Opunka, and Robinson, the linebackers, doing really a very good job up there. Very active defense.
3rd down and 12. 3 receivers out to the right. Boykin is on Marcus Jones to the left.
Single coverage.
Hunniford doesn't see anything, puts it up. Marcus Selvic's open. He makes a move. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Providence.
Justin Hunniford is absolutely amazing, because his initial look was he's going to Miles Boykin, then he pulled it down, scrambled to his right, and all of a sudden, by doing that, the defender was looking in at the ball and not covering the receiver. And this is how they made a lot of plays throughout the entire year. It's great to have a quarterback who can keep the plays alive with his feet. And he's smart enough to be able to look down the field and not look at the oncoming rushers. That's one of the key things in high school football. You'll find the quarterbacks will look at the rushers and they don't see wide open receivers downfield. That's not the case with Justin Hunniford.
30 touchdown passes for Hunniford on the year. Now he's thrown 4 tonight to 4 different receivers. And the lead is 10. One more look at the touchdown, and Hunniford was really patient here until Marcus Sovic came free.
You see him looking away, which caught the quarterback. Then he attacks that side of the field. By attacking that side of the field, what he does is he forces the corner to come up a little bit, thinking, I might have to come up and make the tackle, and then he stops and delivers the ball. Cornerback's lost where the receiver is, 6 points.
So what confronts Brother Rice right now is a 2-score deficit, 6.5 minutes. They have 2 timeouts.
There's a good look at Marcus Sovic, who was the 3rd leading receiver for Providence coming into this ball game. Of course, he had a big game when they took away the other receivers, like against St. Rita. They took away Boykin and Voidova, and all of a sudden Marko Silvic comes in with the big play.
Well, Providence has tried just about everything on kickoffs, and now they're going to run Hunneford out there. Or check that, that's not Hunneford, it's 42 and not 12. It is Eduardo Favela out to kick off. Now, he kicked once with the wind. So Providence has used 3 different place kickers in this game.
You wouldn't want to have your quarterback out on the kickoff team because it's just really an open shot.
Right. But we've seen just about everything in this stadium this year.
Very true.
Favela will drive it low and into the wind and veers toward the sideline and is taken on the far side of the field. And this is Houston trying to get across field and trying to turn the corner, gets out to the 40-yard line. So whether Providence has pooched it or kicked it, it always ends up on about the 40-yard line.
Good job there of saving an open field tackle. He was the only man there. If he doesn't make that tackle, it could be 6. So again, Providence has got good field position, but what they have is the clock is against them.
They'll actually spot the football at the Brother Rice 39-yard line. So Brother Rice, they have to work quickly. They have to get 2 possessions to have a chance. Rain picks up a little bit again.
What I've been amazed at, Jim, is with the intensity of this game and the high scoring part of this game, the big plays, there's been very, very few turnovers. No fumbles.
And hardly any penalties.
And I don't think any interceptions.
Alarcon, back to throw, back foot,
Oh, he got him.
grabs and makes the completion. Got the ball deep to Marcus Jones. First down, Brother Rice at the Providence 42.
Another big tackle right there. He doesn't make that tackle, and there's a touchdown. Marcus Jones is a threat, and they're putting him in the slot. They're trying to match him up with a linebacker or a slower corner. This offensive line has done a nice job tonight for Brother Rice.
Alarcon, back to throw, puts it up again, looking for somebody to make a play. And that somebody almost did, and that somebody again was Marcus Jones. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10, 6 minutes left.
Really impressed right here how he steps up in the corner, right up into the pocket, delivers the ball. I think what happened here is 2 receivers are too close, and so that other receivers bring in 2 other defensive backs with him. You can see there's 4 defensive backs right there. I want Marcus Jones alone downfield on single coverage. Don't have another receiver bringing his defender with him. Good job here by Providence containing him so he can't roll out.
Alarcon does get away. On the move, has a first down, trying to get more. Takes it just inside the 25-yard line before he was finally brought down after a long run by Dan Miller. Let's go to Kenny McReynolds. Kenny?
Yeah, Jim, it's Marcus Silvic's ankle. They're working on his ankle. They took the shoe off, guys, but the ankle was so swollen they had trouble getting the shoe off. But I looked at the ankle, was swollen, and I don't know if he'll come back because they couldn't get the shoe off. It may be tough to get it back on.
Thanks, Kenny. On 1st down and 10, incomplete. Houston had his hands on it, could not haul it in.
You know, we've been watching 2 outstanding high school quarterbacks tonight. The only difference I see in the 2 is that Alarcon will put his head down and get a couple extra yards where Hunneford is sliding. And of course, he's probably told to do that. I'm not diminishing his courage or anything, but it's just that 2 different types of quarterbacks from that standpoint. They both throw the ball extremely well.
Alarcon on the quarterback draw will get maybe a yard to the 24-yard line, and that is going to bring up, well, no, they will spot it a yard gain. So it's 3rd down and 9 for Brother Rice. And interesting choice here if they don't get it, because they are with the win when they try the field goal to make it a 1-score game.
I think it'll depend on how much they get on this particular play. If they don't pick it up, but if they get, let's say, 6 yards or 7 yards, they'll have a big decision whether to go for it or kick the field goal.
And a loss would almost mean they go for it no matter what. They clear out the backfield. Alarcon flares it out. Jones is wide open. Can he make a move? Yes. Inside the 15 and down to the 10-yard line before he's brought down by Jack Pell. And by the last bit of the tackle was made by Brendan O'Hara.
Really a good play at getting their best athlete out on the edge by himself. looking down the field. They have the defensive backs back up and then just flare it out to Marcus Jones, and here he goes again.
This time on the ground, we'll get a couple of yards down to the 8-yard line. It is not a goal-to-go situation. They can get a first down at the 1. The clock is rolling, 4.5 left.
He is really super quick, Marcus Jones. He's only 5'8", but he's 185 pounds, so he's put together extremely well. 658 yards coming into this ball game.
Alarcon will keep. He goes right up the middle, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Brother Rice.
There's the difference in the quarterback. Basically a quarterback lead draw, sliding those linebackers out by formation, and just an outstanding job right here of leadership, taking them down the field and throughout the night by Alex Alarcon, doing a great job of keeping Brother Rice in this football game. And who would have thought at halftime we'd be having this score right now?
38-35 is the score. 4:18 remaining. And now it's Providence's turn with the football to see if they can get a drive to put the game away.
Here's just your lead draw right here. He drops back. You can see he just follows Marcus Jones up into the hole, but just a good, tough job right there down on the 1 2 yard line. Punched it in, lowering his shoulders. Touchdown. Tough kid.
Brother Rice trailed at halftime by 28-7. They came back, they tied it up. Then Providence put a 10-point margin on the board, and Brother Rice has erased 7 of that. Time now for our players of the game. And it's brought to you by the Universe Soul Circus. For Brother Rice, Ricky Smalling has had an outstanding night, catching 3 touchdown passes from Alex Alarcon, including the touchdown that tied the game up at 28 apiece. This is it right here. Leans in, touches the cone. So Ricky Smalling, our player of the game for Brother Rice. And for Providence Catholic, we'll go with number 12, Justin Hunnifer. He's done a lot. He's thrown 4 touchdown passes. He's kicked a field goal. He's been outstanding tonight. Those are our players of the game, and they're brought to you by Universe Soul Circus.
And wait till he makes his move to make a play, and that's what he did. It was an outstanding fundamental job right there, technique-wise, by the corner.
Creed and Boykin are out to the left. Matt McNabb goes in motion. He has a touchdown catch tonight. And Hunnifer is going to have to call a timeout. He was running out of time.
And Brother Rice, I think we need to make an adjustment there. Boykin was single coverage on the wide side of the field, which gives him a lot of room to run, and there was no safety over the top to help.
Now, wait a second here. The flag went down, but they will award the timeout. Jack, I want to follow up on something you mentioned a minute ago. If Brother Rice cannot come back and win this game, and if they lose to St. Rita, they'll be a 5-4 team and they'll be in the playoffs. Now, who are among the lucky teams that might get a chance to see a 5-4 Brother Rice team? They would likely be in the south half of the 8A field. So Waubonsie Valley, Naperville Central, Oswego, Bloom, those are the top 4 teams going into this weekend in what would likely be the south half of the bracket.
Well, Waubonsie Valley has 1 loss where they were upset, and the other teams are all. Bloom has come to be a surprise this year, and so anybody that Brother Rice plays is going to have their hands full. There's no doubt about that. And of course, last year, Naperville Central was the defending 8A state champion.
Waubonsie Valley is playing Neuqua Valley tonight at North Central College. 3 receivers out to the left on 2nd and 10.
And that game the last several years has gone in the overtime.
Yep.
I think for 3 consecutive years.
Waubonsie Valley very happy that Mike Dudek is down at the University of Illinois.
And Illinois is real happy that he's at Illinois and not Waubonsie.
Blitz, throw, Boykin has it, and he will have a first down at the 31-yard line. Nice job by Hunnifer to making the read and getting it to the hot receiver who just happened to be the best receiver on the field.
The tough part for the defensive back there is he's so concerned about him going deep and running by him, he gets a little softer. Boykin takes 2 steps and cuts across the middle right in that slant lane between the corner and the linebacker, and it's just a little bread and butter there for the Providence Celtics.
Boykin injured his left hand on that play. Four receivers to the left. 3 minutes remaining as Hunterford watches for the signal that it's the 5 count, now time to snap it. Fake, he'll run it, he'll get a couple of yards. Really right now, Providence, they want to keep the clock moving and make Brother Rice burn their timeouts, and Brother Rice will use one here. 1 left in the timeout department for Brother Rice.
As an athlete for running a football, Hunterford has done a nice job because the linebackers have got to drop out and help because of all those skilled receivers that Providence have out on the edges. They can't afford to stay in. And so what they do in many cases, if the backfield's empty, they'll just have a spy linebacker on him, which means wherever he goes, even with the quarterback draw, that's a tough play for that linebacker because he's being blocked by the lineman. But Brother Rice has done a nice job, even though they've given up 38 points. They've done a nice job of containing him for the most part. It's just his arm that's killed him. And breakdowns in plays where he's been flushed and the receivers break loose and he makes the play downfield. Just been an outstanding game with 2 outstanding high school quarterbacks.
The misty rain continues to eventually make its way to the ground here in New Lenox, not having a big effect in the game. 2nd down and 9 for Providence. Whatever they do, if they don't get the first, they want to stay in bounds. Make Brother Rice use that final timeout.
And Boykin's up at the top of your screen, single coverage right there. And that's Marcus Jones playing him. Safety's not helping because he's got the slot to take care of.
And that would be Connor Creed. On the ground, Warfield. He'll get about 3 yards out to the 26-yard line. The Brother Rice Crusaders say they may have gotten the football. The referee saying no, it was down. It is going to be 3rd down and about 5. Brother Rice is not using that final timeout. They are letting the clock roll.
This will be down under 2 minutes after he gets with this. Just a smart job here by Providence and the quarterback as well as the offensive coordinator, who is Luke Zeffner, Matt Zeffner's son. But a great job by Coach Kalkanese here with this program and this team this year.
Hunterford quickly throws it, man wide open. Pagoda running right down the hash marks. Can Jones catch him? No! Touchdown Providence! 5th touchdown pass of the game for Justin Hunterford.
Great call. And they've done that play many, many times where they put Bedoya right in the middle and he just runs down the seam, because what happens is the safeties come out of there to help on Boykin on the edges, and they have his trip set to one side, so that leaves Bedoya right down the middle of the field. And all he did was hesitate, and then he takes off down the field wide open. He lets the defensive backs commit to the outside, and then he runs up the seam. What a ball game we've been watching.
(45-35).
Interesting, Hunterford was not the kicker there.
This is the 3rd highest point total for Providence this year.
There's Bedoya right in the slot. He just looks back, dumps it out there. He gets past the linebacker. The linebacker had man coverage on him. He just outruns Marcus Jones right here. Good little fake right there. That little fake held that linebacker just that one step to allow him to get in the seam between the safety that was coming up and the corner that was outside on Boykin. 6 points, good call, good catch.
2 weeks ago at Loyola, Providence only scored 7 points in the entire game. Since that game, they've put 101 points on the board in just a little less than 8 quarters of football.
This is really a fun team to watch. But I'll tell you, Brother Rice has done a good job containing them for the most part. I mean, not based on the score, but it's been a good ball game, just back and forth. And I've been very impressed with Brother Rice, and I've certainly been very, very impressed with their skilled people, and certainly Alex Alarcon, the quarterback, has been outstanding.
Providence looking like they are on their way to victory. when they get into the playoffs, here are the other top teams in 7A that they would be looking at that would stand between them and a state title. Glenbard West, which is generally acknowledged as by many as the #1 team in the state. Cary Grove. Maine South may drop to 7A, which would really be something. And that hits one of the Brother Rice Crusaders, and the Providence Celtics have the football right back. Or do they?
I don't think it went 10 yards.
But it doesn't matter if it touched a Brother Rice player.
It'll be interesting to see what the call was here. I think he might have fumbled it back. It's offside, illegal procedure.
That's not going to go over real well with the Providence fans, I'll tell you that.
This officiating crew has really done a good job for a fast-paced, high-scoring game tonight.
They have let the guys play, and it's been quality play too. A lot of times they're letting them play it sloppy, and guys are taking cheap shots. These kids have been playing hard tonight. They've been playing it hard and playing it clean. And when you do that, the referees, they're going to let you go.
And when we've had replays, which we've had some great replays throughout the entire night, it always goes, the official was correct with his calls. And a couple of the interference calls that Providence thought that they had when we did the replay, it was a great job by the officials, seeing that it was just a great defensive play by Brother Rice. Well, they're having a conversation here now.
Is it a legal procedure to touch the ball before it goes 10 yards? Because it was touched by one of the Crusaders.
Well, then it went 10 yards. And I think that's what they're calling here. It went 10 yards, hit the Brother Rice player beyond 10 yards and bounced back. That would be no different than it was an onside kick and he fumbled it. It just bounced in a different direction. But I thought maybe the call might have been that one of the kickoff people was offside when he was coming up approaching the ball.
Well, and the Providence players are now asking for a bit more of an explanation, and the explanation is, we're going to leave the ball here and you're going to kick it off.
Well, this is the type of kick that we had talked about before, rather than that fair catch kick, is to kind of pooch it through there and let it bounce around and get some coverage and hope that you might come up with a bad. And that also then breaks down the return setup when the ball is being kicked around and bounced around.
That's what Favela was trying to do. He drilled it right at one of the Crusaders.
That's what I'm talking about right here.
And just falling on the football is Tyler Beck to make sure that Brother Rice gets possession. They have 1:55 to go. They have one timeout. They need 2 scores.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if they get 1 score, as active as they've been offensively with their play calling, and aggressive as they have been in the second half.
And what you always run into in this situation is, do you get it to a point, kick the field goal, and then try to get the ball back, as opposed to taking it all the way down? Because it doesn't do you any good to get down to the end zone with like 15 seconds left. Alarcon stands in, comes out, fires, and that one will be a little short for his intended target. He was trying to get it to Jack Desmond.
Good job of him sliding outside of that good pass rush that he got from the Providence front 3. Vasquez and Sheeman and Roast doing a nice job of containing him. What they're doing is the 3 linemen, one's coming up the middle, they're staying in their lanes, and they have outside trying to keep them inside.
4 receivers left. Alarcon gets swallowed up by that 3-man rush.
There's Luis Vasquez again. Did a nice job. What they did is they had a static rush. They didn't over pursue inside. They came in, keeping him inside. Protection broke down. Vasquez makes a big play.
Brother Rice uses their final timeout. Luis Vasquez, Jack told you, he qualified for state in the hurdles. He's one of those guys, when he walks up to you, you just look at him and you're like, okay, this guy just looks like he can run with the wind.
And he's so active. I mean, he's 6'2", but he's only 190 pounds, so he looks kind of slim.
Not exactly your prototypical lineman.
Not so much, but that's 190 pounds of muscle, which is a big difference. And he's so very quick and agile, and that's where he gets the pass rush. They run people down. They have a lot of quickness on that defensive front, and those linebackers are outstanding.
if this result holds, here's the scenario. If St. Rita wins tomorrow, then St. Rita would need to win again against Brother Rice, and that would mean it would be potentially, or no, it would be a two-way tie for the conference title with Providence. If Loyola wins tomorrow, then Loyola is looking at a scenario in which they would have to win the final weekend of the season against Mount Carmel to end up in a tie with Providence. Zach Hayes kept in the field of play. Back to where this drive started at the 40. Clock running. Brother Rice can't stop it now.
Good job by Danny Miller, number 2, the defensive back that made the tackle and kept him in bounds. A couple of stacked formations here by Brother Rice.
Providence will bring extra rushers. Alarcon goes downfield looking for Jones, and he makes the catch at the 20-yard line. Clock will stop, 1:09 to go.
What a throw. What a throw. Alarcon has just really done a great job with the short throws, the long throws, intermediate. He's done it all. We've seen 2 outstanding quarterbacks tonight.
Brother Rice has a chance if they can get into the end zone quickly here. Alarcon wants to go to the end zone. He will at the goal line. The clock will stop after that completion while they move the chains. Boy, they're not.
They're going to run up and either quarterback sneak it or down the ball.
They didn't stop the. They didn't set the chains. Even though it's a goal to go, they have to stop the clock to set the ball marker. They should put about 6 seconds back on the clock here.
And I'm sure that's what Coach Batke is discussing with them over there, because they have the clock down there. The officials have it.
Right, they didn't stop the clock because they dropped the down marker, or they dropped the first down markers.
This will be interesting now.
Because remember, they cannot go to any type of a replay to see how much time is on the clock, but after the whistle blew, I looked at the clock. It runs fast when you get under a minute, but there was about 56 seconds remaining.
I think that's the athletic director right there that he might be calling up to put some time on the clock.
They put 58 back on. So here we go. Not done yet. First down and goal from the 1-yard line. Alarcon trying to sneak it in. He stays on his feet. He's going to lose yardage. And remember, they do not have the ability to stop the clock. They got to line up quickly.
The ball on that hash. The center should be right standing on the hash mark right now as he puts the ball down.
It was only a loss of 1. Alarcon will try it again.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Brother Rice. 26.9 left. But this extra point is critical because there's a big difference between needing 3 and needing a touchdown.
And the onside kick will be another facet of the special teams that are so very critical.
If you've got good hands and you're in a green jersey, you better get ready to go out onto the field. Pikowski puts it up. Not done yet, folks. It's a 3-point game with 26.9 left.
This is just an excellent job right here of Alarcon making a run, getting in behind Marcus Jones and making a great effort to get into the end zone. But also, you've got to credit that offensive line of Barry, Posty, Nagowski, Bravo, and Kudra. You can see right there, a good push on the right side, and he gets in that seam, gets in the end zone, picks up the score.
The Providence parents and students were really making a lot of noise just a couple of minutes ago. Now, they're not making a sound. Alarcon over there on the sidelines. Just give me the ball one more time.
We have really, and I've been so redundant with this, but I'm just amazed at the quality of both of these quarterbacks. Just outstanding high school football quarterbacks.
Vovoda is out there. Eric Carroll, Boykin, Matt McNabb. Michael Madej. Those are the guys that are awaiting this onside kick.
And these are the best places for onside kicks is on turf because it takes such a great bounce. What he wants to do is he wants it to bounce once, then a second time with a high arc on it. So he's going to kick the upper third of the football.
Providence will burn a timeout. They still have one remaining should they need it for some reason. One of the things you have to be careful too, if you're on the kickoff team, is many times on an onside kick, the kicker does not approach the ball as quickly as they do on a full kickoff. So the guys rushing up between the adrenaline of knowing they've got to go get the football and their kicker taking an extra half a heartbeat before he kicks it, they have to be very careful not to throw themselves offside.
And part of that anxious attitude is that depending on which side you're kicking it to, if there's 4 players down there in the kicking team, 3 of them go down there and actually block, try and knock the receivers out of the way so the one guy can go for the football. They're not all going for the ball. They're actually going to knock down the receivers so somebody else on the kicking team can get to it. And I think oftentimes that's lost in the transition. Everybody thinks that they're all just flying down there to get to the football. That's not the way it's set up.
Richie Warfield comes out as well. All sorts of guys used to handling the football out there. A lot of receivers, Creed, Boykin, Vovoda, they're all out there, and the ball blows off the tee.
These are always very interesting plays when you're doing the onside kick because it's really a smash bang because kids are really flying at each other, and of course the receivers are not paying attention to who's coming down. They're focusing entirely on that ball.
Cam Miller, the backup quarterback, comes out onto the field to hold the football. So here we go.
It's tough to have this onside kick with somebody holding the ball. Very difficult.
They'll go up the middle of the field, and swallowing it up was Warfield. Providence recovers the onside kick, and now they can run out the clock, and they will win at least a share of the Catholic League Blue title. Providence does not play a Catholic League Blue game next week. They are done. They will finish the season 3-1 in the league.
Well, congratulations to Mark Albanese and his staff here at Providence. They've done a great job to this point, sitting here at 7-1. An outstanding football team, but also great credit goes to Brian Badke and his staff. They've done a super job over at Brother Rice the entire year.
One more snap for the Providence Catholic Celtics. They are a winner tonight over Brother Rice by a final score of 45-42. Now the only question, which team will join them with a share of the Catholic League Blue title? It could even be Brother Rice. If Brother Rice beats St. Rita next week. For Jack McInerney and Kenny McReynolds, our entire YouTube Sports crew, I'm Jim Blaney. Thanks for joining us. Good night from Providence Catholic High School.